have Bob on the line. Hey there, Bob. What's your question tonight?
Hey, Bob.
Hey, how you doing, Bill?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, look, got a quick question for you. Hopefully it's quick. Workman's comp versus personal injury.
Yep.
When you're injured on the job, do you have a choice to either file workman's comp or file personal injury, or do you have to file workman's comp? And going through the workman comp system, it just seems totally different than a regular court system. And with the workman's comp system, you know, it may be a long time before you get money.
Right.
And do you know anything about this motion for advancement where they only pay you $2,000 to live on till you have a trial or go to a mediation?
Okay. Some good questions there, Bob. Let me tackle the first one as far as, you know, if you're injured on the job, do you have a choice? In other words, can you choose to either go under workman's comp or bring a normal injury claim? And the answer is, if you're injured on the job, your only remedy, in other words, your only option, your only choice is to go through workman's comp. And so it's a little different. When you're injured on the job, if except if you were goofing around, goofing off, drunk or on drugs, even if the accident is your fault, then you are absolutely covered under workman's comp. It's kind of a no-fault situation, as opposed to, let's say, if you're just a normal, if you're, going to the store, not working, and you have a car wreck. In order for you to be able to recover, you're going to have to show the other side was at fault. But when you're on the job, you're absolutely 100% covered. Now, the trade-off is the benefits are not going to be necessarily as good if you have a liability claim against another individual and that insurance company, because there's not going to be any pain and suffering, mental anguish, things of that nature. But but during the time that you're off, you're going to be paid, and I think this is probably what you're alluding to with the $2,000 thing. You are required, or you're going to receive, and the employer is required to pay you 66 2/3% of your average weekly wage. And so even while you're out from work, even though you can't work, you're still going to get paid. It's not going to be as much as your normal paycheck, but you're still going to get paid. And so workers' comp is a great system, but there's also, if you're hurt on the job, there's some notice requirements where you have to let your employer know and things of that nature. So if you're hurt on the job, you need to immediately notify your employer, and then I would speak to a workers' comp lawyer, because it is much different than a normal claim.
Yeah, and one thing that's beneficial for workers is that injury is covered for life. If you sustain an injury,
That's right.
at work, and the treatment is covered for the rest of your life.
And I forgot to say that. I meant to say that. That is very important, and it's a great thing. Let's say you suffer a neck injury on the job, just like Andrea said, that the workers' comp insurance company, they have to pay for your medical bills for the rest of your life relating to that injury. Now, they don't have to pay for any subsequent injury you might receive, on another body part or something of that nature. But they have to pay your medical bills forever. If you're 30 years old, they have to pay it until the day you die. And so that is a wonderful thing. As opposed to a normal, say, car wreck or slip and fall at a grocery store, once you settle the case, it's over. There's no going back. There's no medical treatment that they're going to pay for from that point forward. But with workers' comp, they have to pay for your medical bills for that injury forever.